Hey guys, we're back here at Knott's Berry Farm to look at some of the renovations and changes. Hopefully you watched our last video that talked about all the new things going with the new Disney people in charge and Cedar Fair and kind of some of the changes going on at Knott's Berry Farm with the food, the landscape and all that. And now we're back to see some of the major renovations to their boardwalk area and talk a little bit about what's going on with the log ride. So let's go take a look.
Everybody thinks I'm crazy.
All right, we're here in front of the Pacific Scrambler and the Surfside Glider. And these are two kind of smaller rides, kind of carnival type rides. The Knott has a lot of these types of things. They're placeholder rides. They took out Perilous Plunge to fit in the new stuff. And part of the idea is you can't go all out when you're putting new rides into these places. If you look at what happened in DCA with the new addition of Cars Land, you can see it there as Radiator Springs Racers is the big ride. And then they add in those two things with Mater's and Luigi's to kind of have those smaller rides. They don't cost as much. They can be placeholders and pull people off. So there's no surprise that we don't have a huge crowd behind us because these aren't the most exciting rides in the world, but at the same time, it's better than what they had going on with Perilous Plunge before because they've got 3 new rides in this area that attract new people, and then you've got a whole nice vibe in terms of the boardwalk look and all those things. Let's go take a look at the coaster that they put in. All right, so we're here in front of Coast Rider, which is the biggest addition to the boardwalk area. Put a little bit of money into this. It's one of those mouse-type coasters. It really fits into what Knott's is trying to do with more of a family theme, and this is something across amusement parks worldwide, that they're trying to not just go for the biggest and the fastest roller coasters anymore, but a little bit more of a family-type feel to it. So you can see all the way that that's kind of broken down. So one of the things you notice here in the boardwalk is just an overall kind of more boardwalk feel. The music, a lot of 50s, and tying into kind of the diner on both sides with Johnny Rockets and the other little diner over there that has the 50s feel. The boardwalk, it really gives kind of that California feel, which does kind of call back to the old original DCA plan and some of that boardwalk. So it's interesting. Color scheme fits really nice with everything here. A lot of blues and bright colors and vibrant. And just kind of a fun feel, much better than what they had with Perilous Plunge before. Even when Perilous Plunge was at full operating, it just didn't quite have that clean look to it. Didn't have much to kind of siphon people out of the other prairies of the park. So pretty nice feel, pretty nice thing to kind of check out and see this summer.
Everybody thinks I'm crazy.
All right, so the cornerstone of the reboot here at Knott's is definitely the log ride. The log ride is one of the most popular attractions really in amusement parks. For those who are local to Southern California, you might not realize the history of it, but this has been something that's been kind of cornerstone for amusement parks. Splash Mountain was modeled off of it. A lot of the engineers interacted, and Imagineers and things like that. It is, before the renovation, it was at 120% capacity, meaning that basically everybody that comes into the park rides it, and then many ride it again. And so they said a lot about what they want to do in terms of the culture and the history of the park, that they didn't just blow this ride up, but they went in and changed it and altered it. And they worked with Garner Holt and did some stuff, which Garner Holt does the overlay for Haunted Mansion for the Disney people, that Nightmare Before Christmas and things like that. And they went in and made a lot of changes, added a ton of animatronics, kind of replaced just the statues, and have a much more interactive experience. The ride is packed, and so we're actually not going to be going on it today. So you can find lots of footage of the changes online, and that's easy to come by, and you're not going to get that here today, unfortunately, because we just don't have that time to put in. But definitely something to check out. If you listen to Mice Chat podcast, they do analysis of all sorts of amusement parks around the country. They pick Knott's as one of their must-stop places this summer of any place in America. So for those of you that are anywhere near the park, really suggest getting out and taking a look. Obviously, it's going to be really crowded this summer in general, but I would make it somewhere in the next year to try and get out here, ride some of these rides, and see some of the stuff that's going on here, because there's a lot of really cool things that make nods to Disney history, and a lot of just fun in general. So until next time, we'll see you in line somewhere.